So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So the point of this entire channel, honestly, is to document my journey going from a bad runner to a slightly less bad runner. And that really is all about making mistakes and then learning from them, not repeating mistakes, right? Isn't that the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again? Well, it's funny because here we are, New York City Marathon is closing in, and I feel myself being pulled. I feel this alluring song of one of my worst race mistakes ever, and I feel like it could easily happen again, and I feel myself about to do it, and I don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it, so I wanted to make this video. So if you're running New York City Marathon this year, you probably looked at the forecast. It's not ideal. Again, the forecasts tend to change as you get closer to it, but pretty much everything I've seen says this is going to be a warm marathon.
Into the 70s Saturday, Sunday. Could see a record high on Sunday. That's marathon day. That's probably a little too warm for a lot of the runners, actually.
Looking at that forecast, the old me would have said, all right, I'll just drink a little bit, I'll drink a little extra Powerade on the course, and, you know, I'll still snag that PR. I'll still maybe get that PR. No, this is not a PR day. It's just not. And it's one of those funny things where if you go out with the intention of maybe just skirting it, oh, it'll be fine, you're going to end up in a much worse place than if you had actually planned ahead of time to just go slower. I got to go back to last year. One of my first races, in fact, my first race back after all the COVID cancellations last year, half marathon. I think it was like 80 something degrees. I don't remember the exact temperature, but it was hot. And when I ran that race, I kind of wished it away. It's fine. It's a hot day, but it's okay. I'll be fine. I'll just drink a little extra. And ultimately, it was a painful, not great experience. You can't do anything about Mother Nature. It just is what it is. And I feel bad for all the folks who are really looking for time on Sunday, you know, whether it be the qualify for like a Boston or something like that or whatnot. And you might still do it. I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to do it, but you're going to need some buffer. You know, the heat's going to cost you. It's going to cost you time. And if you're smart about it, you'll recognize that and live with that fact. Now, the course itself is tricky enough, honestly. Like, I've heard people say that New York City is not really a PR marathon for a lot of people because the course, it's a tough course. That's on a good day. That's like 40, 50 degrees running a marathon, perfect weather day. It's okay not to PR. Say it with me. It's okay not to PR. There is no shame in not getting a PR. There is no shame in changing your race plan a couple days out because you see the forecast and realize it's not going to work. There is no shame in just going out to have a good time. The shame is in not being smart and letting magical thinking ruin what really should be a fun and amazing experience. So don't be old me. Be slightly less bad runner me currently, now. Great video, Corey. I hope in Hydration Day, you're not just doing water, but electrolyte drinks as well. Got to make sure you get that sodium. The tip I have is that I like to take a salt tab the night before the marathon. That's a good trick. It's funny, I've never thought about that, but you're actually right. You know, obviously during the race, a lot of electrolytes. You know, I've got my pickle juice, I've got the Powerade, I bring salt with me as I run. So I'm getting enough salt on the course. That's a big thing for me. Cramping is definitely an issue. But hydrating the day before, and I talked about that in my last video, was I talk about how I prepare for the race, my marathon tricks. I haven't really thought about drinking electrolyte drinks the day before, but that makes actually a lot of sense. And I think especially with what we're going to be getting on Sunday, I will definitely be taking a little extra salt the day before. Good call, travel runner. Very good call.